The Samsung Galaxy S25 FE has just been leaked, and it gives us a pretty good look at what to expect from Samsung's next affordable flagship. But despite all the visuals and specifications, one key detail is still missing, and it's the most important one. Thanks to well-known tipster on leaks and the team at Semantic, we now have detailed renders of the upcoming Galaxy S25 FE, and as expected, it closely resembles the standard Galaxy S25 and Galaxy S25 Plus. This includes its design, which appears slimmer and more refined this time around. The phone reportedly measures just 7.4 millimeters in thickness, making it noticeably thinner than its predecessor. The bezels are also slightly slimmer, although the chin at the bottom still sticks out a bit, maintaining that familiar Galaxy felt look. The overall footprint is now 161.4 millimeters by 76.6 millimeters, making it a bit more compact and manageable compared to the Galaxy S24 FE. When it comes to the display, Samsung seems to be sticking with what worked. The Galaxy S25 FE is expected to feature a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED panel with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, just like the S24 FE. However, the new model may come with a boost in brightness, possibly reaching up to 2,600 nits. This would make the screen easier to see in direct sunlight and generally improve visibility in bright conditions. Under the hood, things get a little more uncertain. According to leaks, the Galaxy S25 FE will run on either Samsung's own Exynos 2400 chip or the MediaTek Dimensity 9400. Many fans are hoping Samsung goes with the MediaTek option, as it's a newer and more powerful chip with better performance and efficiency. The final decision could vary by region, much like we've seen in previous Galaxy FE models. In the camera department, it seems like there won't be any major upgrades compared to the Galaxy S24 FE. This may disappoint some users, especially since the S24 FE's camera setup was considered to be behind the best in reviews. However, there's some hope in the selfie department. The S25 FE is rumored to feature the same 12-megapixel front camera as the Galaxy S25, which would be a small but welcome improvement for those who take a lot of selfies or do video calls. While all these updates sound solid, the leak still doesn't give us the one thing everyone wants to know: the release date. This missing detail is a major frustration for fans of the FE series. One of the biggest complaints about Samsung's FE lineup has always been the timing. These phones tend to arrive very late in the year. If Samsung repeats this pattern with the S25 FE and launches it around October, it will only be a few months away from the launch of the next generation Galaxy S26 series. By then, most of the details for the new flagship phones are already out through leaks and teasers, which completely overshadows the FE launch. Worse yet, by that time, the Galaxy S25, the phone that the S25 FE is based on, will already be heavily discounted. It's not unusual for the standard Galaxy S models to get big price cuts by the end of the year. That puts the FE model in a strange position. Why would someone pay almost the same price for a stripped-down version of the S25 when they can just buy the real thing for a similar or even lower price? That's why the release timing is so important for the S25 FE. If Samsung wants this phone to succeed, they need to launch it earlier in the year, ideally just a few months after the main Galaxy S25 series. Otherwise, it risks being ignored or even seen as irrelevant. No matter how good the specs or design are. So far, we've got a solid idea of what the Galaxy S25 FE will look like. It's thinner, sleeker, and likely to be slightly brighter and better performing. It might offer a small upgrade in the selfie camera and possibly pack in a newer chipset if Samsung chooses the right one, but without a confirmed release date and pricing details, we're still left guessing about its true value. At this point, the design and specs are only part of the story. For the Galaxy S25 FE to really stand out, Samsung needs to rethink its timing and positioning in the market. Otherwise, it risks repeating the same mistakes from the past. Let's hope Samsung surprises us with an earlier launch and competitive pricing. Until then, the Galaxy S25 FE remains a sleek and promising phone, but one with a big question mark hanging